All right. Good evening, everyone. Welcome. I see a lot of familiar faces. Um, I already mentioned what we'll need. And so I feel comfortable getting started. So just finding your space. Hi, Anthony. Good to see your face. Um, yeah, getting comfortable. So if you're ready to enter into ceremony, you've got everything you need. If you're ready to go, let's ignite or initiate our threshold marking, whatever that may be, to begin your ceremony. And as we do so, let's call in for our helpers. Call in our helpers. So I like to call in our ancestors. And you might take a moment now to feel into that for yourself. And also notice if there's any specific ancestors you want to call in as well to help us and guide us tonight. And our guides, our spirit guides. And perhaps you call in your moon guide. We did some work, I don't know when, a few months ago, creating our moon guide. And if you've been working with them, you might call them in. Any other guides that you want to work with or you work with? Any angels you might work with? And calling in the spirits of the land that you are on, as well as the ancestors, the first peoples of the land you are on. Just call them in. We'll also call in the nature beings of the land. You might be noticing now in the spring, like it's not quite spring, but we just had that intermittent time between winter and spring involved. And you might notice some birds returning, some new nature beings returning to the land. And let's also call in the elements, the earth body, the breath of air, the water of the womb, of our blood, and the fire of spirit. Calling in the great mystery, the great spirit, our highest selves. And now let's create our circle. So we can just kind of close our eyes and just imagine ourselves in a circle. We're in this digital astral plane and we're holding hands and we're leaving space for those people that are gonna watch the recording later or join us later. And you might just feel energetically into this circle. You might imagine a container that's holding us tonight. You can create your own circle as well in your own space just by imagining it. And this container holds us so that we're in a safe space. We're in a safe space to do our ceremonial work. And anything we do here sort of exists in this liminal space between the worlds. and is able to affect change in all the worlds. And that container will just stay put for the rest of our ceremony. So tonight we're going to do things a little bit differently than usual. We're going to start with journaling. And we're going to use journaling this week as a path into our intention. So we usually use meditation, and we'll do a little of that too, but this week we're going to start with journaling. So you can take out your journals. Let's also just take some deep belly breaths as well to kind of arrive here in this space fully and completely. Just grabbing all of the different parts of yourself from all time and space back into yourself as you take a couple of deep belly breaths. And just notice if there's places you're still hanging out. Maybe your energy is still over here in this comment on social media or this thing that someone said to you earlier. Let's just call all our energy back. We can imagine ourselves like a magnet, just able to draw all that energy back to us. And on your next deep breath, just use the exhale to fully arrive into your body, fully relaxed. Right. So we're going to do 3 5-minute prompts. Setting the mood. All right. The first writing prompt is just to ask what feels most pertinent to me right now. You could think of this as what is the strongest issue for me right now in my life, or what feels strongest for you, what is most important and significant to you. So what is most pertinent for me right now? finishing up that one. All right, the next prompt is, what do I need to support this right now? What do I need to support this issue, this thing that is strong for me now? Okay, finishing up that one. Okay, and the next prompt is, what would it feel like if I had this support right now? What would it feel like if I had this support right now? Okay, so finishing off that one. All right, so we're going to use the third prompt. So you can go back and read it if you need to create an affirmation. So it would be in the present tense, I am. And so the idea being like the third prompt was asking you what would it feel like if you had that support right now. So the affirmation is going to be like, I am already supported in this way right now. Okay, does any questions about that? Okay. So we'll take just a minute or two here to kind of, let's just do 1 minute. So just going with the first thing that comes to you. I am. It doesn't have to be I am, but that's a good way to do it, a recommended way. And present tense. And in the positive. So don't do what I just did, which is say, don't say what you don't want to do, or you can't do, or what you're not going to do. So avoid saying, I won't do this, or I'm no longer doing this. Like if it were about worrying or being anxious, your affirmation wouldn't be, I am not anxious. The affirmation would be, I am excited. I am at peace. I am at ease. Okay. So I'm going to have you close your eyes. Bring your hands to your heart space. Breathe into your heart. Let's take a couple breaths into our heart space. So inhaling into your heart and exhaling out of your heart. So bring your awareness into that heart space, your heart center, your heart chakra. Notice how it lights up with the attention. And now say the affirmation to yourself, the one you just created. See how it feels. Does it feel right? Does it feel good? Does it feel like the right affirmation right now for you? And if not, maybe you need to tweak it a little bit. Does it need to be changed? So just notice if you need to change it around a little bit, just try again until you kind of find that affirmation that really makes you feel the way you want to feel right now. So if you need to rewrite it, write it down. Maybe you got it first try. You're like, yeah, I'm good at this. Maybe you got to try it again. Write down just kind of finding that right one for you that feels and resonates in your heart space. All right. All right. Once you have it, once again, we're going to close our eyes. So find yourself, find your seat, find your place of your meditative place, your place of rest, feeling tall in your spine and relaxed, whether you're lying down or sitting up. Closing your eyes once again, feeling your feet on the ground or your body on the ground. And once again, we're going to breathe into our heart. So just inhaling into your heart and exhaling out of your heart. Sensing that your breath is flowing in and out of your heart. Waking up your heart space even more. Allowing it to grow with each breath. Sensing it expanding and brightening. Now we're going to bring our awareness to our third eye, the center of our head, behind your brow, between your ears, kind of finding that blank space. And we're going to use our mind's eye to shape your affirmation into a seed. So however you want to sense this, in your mind's eye, find this affirmation and shape it into a seed. So just noticing what the seed would look like. If your affirmation were a seed, what color would it be? Remember, this is a magical seed. It could be anything you want. What would the shape be? Seeing the color of the seed, noticing the texture, the luminosity, the size of the seed. Maybe it even has a smell or a taste. Sensing into the seed of your affirmation. And when it feels clear, we're going to sense ourselves planting our seed into our heart space. Sense yourself burying your seed into your heart center, like you're tucking it in. Feels cozy and sheltered here. It's held and safe in your heart. Planting your seed intention into your heart space. Continue to breathe into your heart. And as you breathe into your heart, imagine that your breath is feeding the seed. Each breath you take is feeding the seed of your intention all the nutrients that it needs. Just from the breath, just from the air and the intention of the heart, feeding the seed. You might say your affirmation as you do this. As you breathe, as you feed the seed buried in your heart, you might repeat your affirmation a couple times, almost like by saying it, it holds it in there, it nurtures it. And sense your seed beginning to sprout as you feed it. See the seed gently breaking open and sprouting. Continue to breathe into it. Say your affirmation again if that feels right. Sense your sprout growing into a bud. Expanding still as you continue to feed it with your breath into a flower. And see your seed fully expand into a flower in your heart. What does this flower look like? Noticing the colors of this flower, the shapes it takes. Petals. Noticing what's at the center of the flower, the texture, the size. Noticing if it has any leaves. Just taking in the full picture of this flower. Fully blossomed. Gathering as much detail as you can. And then when you're ready, open your eyes. And we're going to draw the flower. And write your affirmation on it. So you don't have to be good at drawing. This can be abstract. This can be impressionistic. Doesn't matter. We'll just take some time now to do a drawing of this flower. You could just do it in your journal where you were writing, or you could do it on a separate piece of paper, whatever you want, depending how creative you want to get with it. And I'll give you some time, so. Bye. And I don't want to rush you if you're getting really into it. Just remind you to write your affirmation on the drawing if you wish to. You can incorporate it into the drawing if you haven't already. Make some tea or water if you have some nearby. And so I was feeling conflicted because I wanted to be able to start recording the rituals. People had requested that. And for some reason, I don't want to record shares. I just feel like for sharing, it's best if you're here to share. That's kind of the great thing about being in person. But so I had the idea of closing the ritual and then we do the shares. But I really feel like shares need to be inside of the container. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep the shares in the container, but I'm going to edit them out of the videos when I distribute the recording. I'm going to see how that goes. This is sort of me in a state of experimentation always, but that's what I'm going to do at least this month and see how that goes. All right, we can now just take a moment to close out. I just want to thank everyone so much for sharing. As I said, I'm going to edit it out. I don't know if that's just me or I don't know why that's a thing with me, but it is. So it is until it isn't. So let's come back to our circle. So if you want to close your eyes or feel into, sense back into that circle we created, our container we created. We can maybe we perceive us holding hands once again in the circle, our group, and those people in the community who will join later. And we're going to see that circle once again. We're going to slowly begin to let the circle dissolve around us. I like to see it like glittering away. And we'll just gently maybe give each other a squeeze and release our hands. And just see the circle opening up. So releasing that container and then finding your threshold marker once again. Let's give thanks to all those who we invited in, of course. Giving thanks to our highest selves being here with us tonight and helping to guide us in our practice of intention setting, of working with the moon. And thanks to the great mystery, whatever that is to you, the great divine, the great creator. Giving thanks to the elements for joining us, the earth, the air, fire, and water, to all the nature beings, the land spirits, and the ancestors. Giving thanks to our angels and guides, our moon guide for guiding us tonight, and any of your ancestors that you called in well and bright. Just thanking everyone for being here with us and supporting us in our practice, those seen and unseen. And when you're ready, you can cross your threshold again, blow out your candle or burn your incense or ring your bell. That was another thing that I actually had forgotten that we can do now. If you have something cleansing, Something you can do if you want, like if you have incense or a crystal or something that you want to use, is to just imagine cleansing away all those things that are not supporting your affirmation this evening. So anything that is not in support of that energy that we created in ceremony today, let's just allow that to go. We're just going to release that through your smudge or incense or your crystal or your bell, or just, you can just say it. I release anything now that is not in service to my intention this evening as I'm working with it through the cycle this month, this moon. Also, while I have you, I just want to make a quick announcement. So my course, Earth Sensory Perception, is going live. So I'm going to have 5 live classes, and that starts March 18th. The class starts, and then we'll do 5 live sessions. Each week will be a live session to go over the material each week. If you've done the class with me already, which I know a couple of you have done Earth Sensory Perception with me already, you can join the lives because you have lifetime access to the course. That means you can join every live cohort that I do. So I hope you will come. You're like the, dare I say, the elders of the group because you've done the practice. So you can support people who are new to it as well. So I just wanted to say that before I went. Oh, it was so wonderful to see you all. You warm my heart. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful moon cycle. And I will see you next time. Bye.